18 girlfriend was rich, second generation drug, shame after hate, rich every day, row luxury car, buy a ring on the same day. Saw her kneeling to ask when the rich dog when my girlfriend was in high school. She was humiliated by a rich kid from her class who tricked her into eating something that made her embarrass herself in front of the entire school. Because of that, she developed a deep resentment toward the wealthy and started scratching luxury cars wherever she went in order to be with her. I carefully hid my identity as a wealthy heir on her birthday. I decided to come clean and bought her a ring worth $10 million as a gesture of my love. But when I arrived, I found her kneeling in front of a rich man. "Dominic, can I be your dog?" she asked. Tina's voice rang through the phone as she excitedly told me, "Baby, guess what? I scratched another luxury car today." Absently, I responded, "Baby, you are amazing." Tina had a deep-seated hatred for the rich. She told me that back in high school, she attended a prestigious private school where most of the students were either from rich families or well-connected. They tormented her, trying to break her spirit. The most humiliating memory she had was when she was a sophomore. A wealthy classmate slipped a laxative into her food, and during a ceremony, she had an unfortunate accident that left her deeply embarrassed in front of the entire school. Now, every time she saw a luxury car parked on the street, she couldn't resist taking out her nail clipper and scratching it to her. It was a way to fight back. I didn't mind this habit of hers, not in the slightest. If she destroyed another person's car, I'd simply pay the compensation, no questions asked. Why? Because I was Ryle City's top-tier rich kid. In fact, 70% of the wealth generated in Ryle City came from my family's businesses, but I couldn't let her know that I knew how much she despised wealthy people. If she found out who I really was, I wasn't sure if she'd still accept me. I stepped out of the jewelry store where I had just bought the ring, and the staff there asked for my number. I politely declined, telling them I had a girlfriend. I caught a cab to meet Clabriz, still holding the box with her present, but when I arrived at our meeting spot, I froze. Tina was kneeling in front of a young man. My heart dropped into my stomach. Tina must have been caught scratching a luxury car, and now she was facing the consequences. She used to be cautious when scratching cars, and I always contacted the car's owners afterward to discuss compensation. I walked over quickly, my voice tense. "She's my girlfriend. She damaged your car, and I'll take full responsibility." The young man looked me up and down, disdain written all over his face. "This is a Bentley, at least worth hundreds of thousands. You really think someone like you, a poor loser, can afford to pay for it?" I swallowed my pride and nodded, trying to maintain control of the situation. "I'll find a way to pay you. If it doesn't work out, I'll write you an IUE." The young man demanded the IU, then Crichtony insisted that they exchange numbers. This made my stomach churn, but I didn't say anything. As soon as he left, I noticed the license plate on the Bentley. "Wait a minute, wasn't that my father's car?" She shrugged sheepishly, giving me a playful look. "I know you are upset about me adding the guy's contact, but it was my fault. I scratched that car." I gently touched her nose. "No need to explain." Then Crichtony leaned into my arms. We returned to the apartment, and I fell asleep almost immediately, exhausted from the tension of the day. But in the middle of the night, I heard Clabrician's phone buzzing nonstop. I couldn't make out who she was texting, but I had a bad feeling when I woke up the next morning. Crichtony was gone. I tried calling her, but her phone went straight to voicemail. Panic crept up my spine as I paced around the room. I thought for a moment, and then remembered she must have gone to meet that guy. I already told her I would compensate the car owner. What a silly girl. Besides, that Bentley was my father's. Frustrated, I pulled up the location of the Bentley on my tracking app. It was parked at Blackjack Pub. I hailed a cab and rushed to the bar, my heart racing. When I arrived, I saw her electric scooter outside. Tina was inside. Thinking that the young man might torture her, I didn't waste any time and stormed inside through a door crack. I saw Plurigian in a private room with the young man.